going up against, you know, I would say the gold standard when it comes to NAEU hunters in sprints. And here we have it, folks. The Opera Singer already making her way towards the factory area, chasing down their first target. I believe it is the patient. Unable to get through the window, but now that was kind of close. That terror shot could have been there, but did a slow vault, and now Sesame has to be very careful in this loop. Still has the hook on cooldown here, but he's gonna have to go down the stairs conventionally and just drop down that pallet. So early chase onto this patient, working out quite well for Sprinter.
Yeah, it is working out quite well. So the goal for the patient at this point is at least to get the blink out. We're going to see Sesame is able to make it to this window. Does have another hook to work with. Oh, he's going to teleport back to the shadow. And Sesame hooks. Oh, he hooks backwards. Can he make it to the window in time here? And the answer is no. Sesame hooking too early here. You have to make sure that the hunter does not use their shadow teleport there. And that is a very fast down onto Sesame here. And was not able to get the blink out as well. So this is a really good start for the Opera Singer.
Saving Grace, he still has another hook to work with, but Xia is actually going to be chased out of his Cypher, and it is the barmaid, so it is going to be a little tough. So one Cypher is moving, so it just begs the question. Yeah, Nato is actually making his way for this rescue, but Sprinter is sitting on top of another Cypher that is being blocked from opening, and now Nato might have to eat this hit and just goes for a conventional rescue. Hopefully he gets his hook on just so that he can transition to a better part of this map.
Yeah, we're going to see is able to use the hook there to make it into the factory, but I don't think he can really get anywhere with this. He's also not able to get the blink out as well. He's just going to go ahead and use this time to die in the upstairs area factory, just to waste as much time as possible here. Barmaid's going to give a drink to the aeroplanist so they can get that heal off, but yeah, the Cypher progress is just not at all where it needs to be for CH4 here. One Cypher done, but really no progress on any of these other Cypher machines. And that's just the power of Opera Singer. The early game chase is just so good. The mobility is so good, and yeah.
And you mentioned it, Eli. Like, just the factor was a non-factor in this chase, because he was able to just go through the remnants and just kind of bait out activity from this patient. Unfortunately, the hook didn't. It was an early hook, that second hook. And the third one, he was already in mid-air, mid-flight, and the trajectory was entering the factory, and Spritzer was well on his way to get in there. So he's going to have his first survivor out of the game, and Nato will be his next chase.
Oh, he's going to get the hit onto the airplanist as well. Nato did not use the air boost. He used the other one instead here. He's actually going to change to the barmaid, trying to get a hit there, but was not able to get the swing up before the pallet dropped here. And barmaid is not going to use the pallet. We see some of these teams just opting not to use the pallets here, and it's actually kind of been costing them. Sprinter does still have blink, so I don't think barmaid is going to be able to last this, even with the speed drink. Opera Singer can catch up right away here. Sprinter goes for the blink. He's going to use that to secure the down here. And the problem with CH4 is they don't have they don't have enough Cypher progress. So they have 75 on one, they have 50% on another, and they don't even have the third Cypher yet. So with the survivor injured, no more tide turner, don't think there's much left to be done here.
Yeah, just an incredible showing of Sprinter and his mobility, just really having a hunter showcase why the Opera Singer is meta, and just immediately was decisive with that blink going through that window. And now we see the painter in the mix here, still has to make a painting for him to get that stun. Drops the pallet, but now it's going to be a little late of a, well, like he's going to make it just in time, but now he's going to get that hit for the last effort to pop on the painter. So at least this barmaid is still going to continue on this chase, but look at that, can't even make it to the window, Eli.
Yeah, that's just the power of the Opera Singer. Such a fast one. We're talking about in factory, how you can just dash between those narrow areas, get those speed boosts, and catch up to the survivors right away here. I think Painter's gonna be able to, or Airplane's gonna be able to pop one of these ciphers, but still a full Cypher machine to go at this point. So I really don't know what CH4 can do after that. And yeah, just that first down was just so fast onto the patient. And you really just see the power, even in factory, such a great kiting area ended up not even mattering at that point.
Yeah, just really just exemplifies why this hunter is just so dangerous in a map, and even in an unconventional map where factory is the best part for the survivors, but here it's just a regular day in the office for this Opera Singer. So now, yeah, Painter was actually forced to use the self-heal. Probably is going to try to make it back. There's not enough time though, and two ciphers still remain. One is about to be primed, so the last cipher is still sitting at 6%. So this next kite by Nato has to be exemplary for them to be able to push for that end game.
Gonna go ahead and use, I think does use the air jetpack here. Yeah, Opera Singer, of course, can just catch up right away. There's no pallet here to work with. Is able to secure the down onto the aeroplanist here. And the painter already, I think Spencer knows that he has enough time to actually make it to this last cipher before the painter is able to get it ready. Does have a painting to work with, but yeah, it's not too much to do after that. Spencer still will have trump card available pretty soon, so really just a matter of time here. He sees that the cipher progress is about 20%, but he's gonna try to play around the painting. Let's see if he's able to do so. He's gonna drop the pallet here. He's gonna does look into the painting there, so that's going to buy a little bit of extra time for 933. We're going to see Nato get back up, but because Spencer has his straight still available, that actually makes it so he can teleport to the last cipher machine if Nato begins to work on it.
True. So just playing it very patiently. He already knows victory is within sight here, and now trying to hide behind the pallet, unable to get the hit. So that was a good pallet drop, and I think the next painting is ready for 933 to work with. The remnant, though, unable to drop the painting in time, and the painter has already used the self-heal. There's the teleport, like you called out, Eli, and now Nato has the kite away from the factory.
He did miss his shadow dash there, so that's going to put him on the cooldown. So that gives Nato a little bit of time to work with here, but yeah, it's just going to be a mind game at this pallet here. Does miss, and he is able to secure the down here. Nato no longer with self-heal, so now he's just going to go back for the painter here. I think painter can get back up, but I don't think it's going to matter. Can painter get up? I'm actually not sure.
I think he used it because
I guess not.
Yeah, patient and painter are actually out of the character pool for the survivors
instead of 3. So it looks like his best option at this point will probably be to go for all right, and it looks like we're getting to the match here. Ling is going to go straight for Roland, the first officer, so going for the same approach that we saw with Ravens in the last round, going for this rescuer character first here. And so Roland is going to be picking up this first kite. Let's see what he's able to do. He's going to go ahead and use that pocket watch. Now, the question is, does Ling commit here, or does he just bait out the pocket watch and leave? Looks like he's just going to get a watch out and leave here. So, yeah, we see this from a lot of the opera singers. They want to get the items out of the way, right? And so getting out one of those watches right away is very strong, and does find the patient here. So I think this is a pretty good find here for Ling.
I love how Schmitty pre-dropped the pallets, and now he's already transitioning towards the second story of factory, and now forcing Ling to go for green this time. And green is actually on the gardener, which we said that was the first chase, but let's see how green plays around with this bubble so that he'll be able to extend this kite. But so far, I love how they're not kiting in front of each other. They're not disrupting the cipher rush, and now this is technically the first chase.
He's gonna go for the blink. That's actually a super risky place to blink, because if you don't directly blink straight through the pallet, your blink will actually hit the barrier on the side, and it just misses. I've done that so many times, and I think I've seen a lot of hunters do that. So that's actually pretty important here. Green is able to get the bubble here, so he is able to, yeah, he's able to keep the kite alive a little bit longer, but he has to watch out for the shadow. We're gonna see the shadow teleport. Does not get the vault off in time. Opera Singer is just too good, dude.
It's too fast, dude. I mean, that was an excellent play by Green, right? He got the bubble right in time for the swing, and she has a fast swing animation. He played that really well, but yeah, it's just the Opera Singer, and I love the chair placement of Ling just interrupting Schmitty's cipher. And Schmitty has already used it's a grappling hook, so he is also dwindling the resources. No pocket watch is only at 1, and grappling hooks are at 2.
Schmitty takes a risky vault that could have potentially been a terror shock. He's actually committing really hard to this survivor here. Will he teleport back, or is he gonna? He is gonna. Oh, teleports back a little bit short there. I think maybe Ling extended a little bit too far, and this is gonna allow Green to get really far away here. So Patient is gonna get the barmaid heal as well. It's gonna be. We're gonna see the gardener get a bubble here into the shack area. And try to use this area as much as possible, but without any pallets to work with at this point, it's going to be a bit difficult for Green. I think he may go down here. Unless he can get to this pallet. This pallet is still dropped, keep in mind. And Ling actually misses the dash, which means that he can stay alive a little bit longer here.
That was a great... I mean, the transition of Green is just something to hold. And look at that, forcing out the charged up attack. And now he's under this pallet and gets the slam as well. They're doing really well so far. So Green having an amazing kite, waiting for the right time to drop down the pallet. And I would have to say, there's an excellent rebound kite. Good stuff on Green's side. Ling forced to hit him out in the open, but they have definitely I mean, they're doing really well so far, but this is an Opera Singer. We can't just call the match just yet.
Also, Ling, interestingly enough, does not. I don't think he has trump card. We saw confined space, so it might be an up-down blink build, which is definitely pretty risky, especially considering you need to go for a 4-kill here. I would have expected something a little bit more aggressive like the trump card. Definitely needs to find the rescuer here as soon as possible. I think he does now see... Nope, did not.
Cameras behind. Yeah, so Schmitty's actually can get the rescue on, and he does, and he's able to even body block for green. Last 3 ciphers are actually been touched already in green. He's unfortunately not going to get the bubble.
A bit short. Oh, but green actually runs into the officer cipher machine, unfortunately. So that will slow down the progress a little bit. I guess the idea is that. Oh no! Actually, he gets hit out of the pocket watch here and has to use his second item there. Okay, now the question is, does Ling know where the Gardener died? That is the question. If he loses Gardener here, that's game changing. If he finds Gardener, then that play is definitely worth it. He does find the Gardener.
Okay, so good job for Ling that he's able to do that. But the fact that, you know, first officer was actually forced to use the pocket watch. Yeah, items are not looking too good, but this barmaid has already used up her heals. Patient still has a grappling hook to work with. This is the first survivor that is out. Last 2 ciphers are already on their way to being prime, but like you called out, Eli, no teleport here, so it's going to be a little tough. At least he knows that it's Shaq's cipher.
Oh, but Schmitty's running into the hunter. Oh no, Schmitty runs into the hunter here, unfortunately, which means that he's gonna have to use another hook here to get away, or maybe just save it and take a hit. He might. Okay, so he might take a hit and save the hook for factory. I like this play as well. I think this is fine. Yeah, so you can use your hook to get into factory. So that is the correct play from Schmitty there.
My leg actually working on the cipher here. Gonna get caught out in the open. Oh wow, gets the hit. And this is kind of unfortunate. All 3 survivors are actually injured here. And the barmaid, the healer, has no more drinks to work with. Wow.
Oh, he is going to use the blink there. I was going to say Leg needs to at least get the blink out, which he does do. So that is pretty, that's a good job from Leg to at least force the trade out. But Link doesn't have trump cards, so it's actually not too bad. I wonder if he can make it to a chair. Oh, there is a chair here, it looks like. I was like, I forgot there's a chair at this location. So he is able to get that down. Oh wait, Link does have trump card, so he doesn't have detention. So he actually has confined space and trump card.
He does. Interesting. So let's see. Hopefully it'll work out in the end that he doesn't have to push for that end game pop to happen. Roland is going to get spotted out here. No items to work with. And Schmitty actually using the hook to just close out some distance to possibly go for this rescue before half. Ling is going to have to try to shadow dance his way to get there. Yeah, beautiful rescue.
He's able to get the charge attack, downing the barmaid here. That's the second share. And the thing is, I don't know, I don't recall which were the last 2 ciphers here. I think one of these ciphers, right, is this 85 cipher. I think it's this container cipher right here.
And then the other one I think Schmitty's working on, it's over at Shaq.
Oh, but you can't give a free rescue. Oh, you gotta make sure you don't give a free rescue here. Yeah, he's gonna go back to chair here because Roland doesn't have any items left. And that is the downside of, and that's why you force out those items early, so then they won't have that pocket watch to work with. Link's gonna go ahead and get the down onto the first officer with the slow vault. Can he teleport back to the chair here? No, the Shadow Clone disappears. The Shadow Clone actually disappears, which means that Schmitty can get a free rescue here. And now it's just My Leg's gonna try to live through this, but gets the hit. And Opera Singer is just too good.
Too good, man. Look at that. He's gonna go for a triple down situation. Schmitty, unfortunately, gonna get caught out here. Again, he does have 2 hits to work with, and these last 2 ciphers are gonna be so hard to pop. One over at Shaq, one over here at the center part of the map. And yeah, first officer is gonna get picked up by Schmitty, but this is the last chair of that barmaid. Again, excellent rescues on Schmitty's side, but Opera Singer is too good, man. Opera Singer is him.
Opera Singer, yeah, definitely. I think Ling might have trade swapped up a little bit prematurely. I would have liked to see him maybe save for a potential abnormal play, but yeah, having teleport is fine. They still have to go through 2 different ciphers, so Ling has some time. Damn, look at this.
The window?
Just misses that there. Yeah, that's the factory Opera Singer as we talked about. So Ling's gonna look around. He's gonna make sure no ciphers are moving here before continuing the chase here. Because as soon as you see a cipher move, you're gonna want to teleport to it. But Rowan, smart, is not going to go to the cipher machine, but he needs to do something, right? He needs to either decode or get an item at this point.
Yeah, you can't afford... Well, Schmitty is literally living on borrowed time at this point. You're in Shaq with no items, and this is why the Opera Singer is so dangerous.
Oh, and there's the teleport play.
Wow. Excellent down onto the patient here. Again, they still have the self heal, so it's like only a matter of time to go back and forth. Again, you gotta love the discipline of Ling, like going back and forth here, just making sure that everything's all right. Considering, Eli, that was actually an excellent start for the team. It just takes only a couple pieces to fall into place for this type of outcome to happen for an opera singer match to go the 5-point game.
Yeah, absolutely. So now he's just gonna look for these survivors. Now, the game isn't necessarily over just yet, just because Ling doesn't have detention. So if they do manage to somehow pop these ciphers, it's gonna be challenging for Ling to actually win in the end game. Does he? Oh, does he not see the hide there?
Uh-oh.
Spots
out
Roland,
the scratch marks
Roland
now.
Moved.
Yeah,
I feel like if he didn't move, he wouldn't have seen it.
Yo, that was kind of unfortunate. Kind of the same situation that Leg did in the dungeon area. Like, I think kind of frustrated the hunter of the previous game, but then he kind of popped up unfortunately at the wrong time. So now it's only a matter of time to go to the back and forth here. And still, he's holding on to this teleport. He's still monitoring these ciphers, and Schmitty tiptoeing around this area. Will he get found out?
And it looks like he does see where Schmitty is down here. Roland does have self-heal, so he can get back up. We're going to see the teleport back onto the other side here. Schmitty's just going to live this area as long as possible. Has an elbow pad to use, but elbow pad's into the wall. Oh no, and Schmitty's going to go down here without self-heal. Ling knows, yeah, he knows where Roland is. He's going to teleport there, and I think that's going to secure the 4-kill here for Ling. Just going to get the down there, and
GG's.
2 ciphers remaining, a 4-kill, and also forcing out items early. So you saw Ling, what he did is he goes to Roland first, forces out an item.
I'm not sure, but you got to give it up for both these teams. And for the capture the flag, we're gonna go like corner to corner, coast to coast.
All right, looks like Sprinter's gonna go Entomologist chase first here. And Entomologist actually, okay, Entomologist not, I thought the Entomologist ran into the Hunter for a second. Looks like it's gonna be okay here. Spencer's actually gonna pick up a swing recording, and he's gonna try to use it just so he can hit the bees here. And he actually is able to chip the bees. Ento did not pull the bees back in time, unfortunately, so she's gonna have those on cooldown for the, or maybe she did. It looks like she did. Oh, actually, I'm not sure, actually. But it is gonna be on cooldown for the time being, and Ento's just gonna try to kite in this area as much as possible. It's gonna be a mind game at the pallet. Gets the hit on the Entomologist here. So already a very good start here. I'm actually surprised Entomologist wasn't the one to spawn at Big Boat instead.
Yeah, because that'd be a tough chase. But now here at Shack, it seems like, you know, the pallets have already been used. Sprinter's still hunkering on this chase. The bees are going to try to help him, but he's going to try to block. But unfortunately, Sia's still able to get out of this Shack area and transition towards the small boat. It seems like Sprinter is going to use the blink to down this Entomologist. I would have to say still an early down on the side of Sprinter. So looking kind of good on his side.
Yeah, now the good news for the survivors is they do know that Sprinter doesn't have excitement, so Ford could potentially support a rebound kite here. But the thing for Sprinter is this is a very fast down for a Clerk, and this is where Clerk can really take control. If you get a fast down as Clerk, that's where the game can change here. He does spot out the Ford early, so Ford's going to have to actually use some football to make this rescue. Does Ford have Tide Turner, though, is actually what I'm wondering.
We just have to wait and see. Nato really taking his time here. Seems like he's tried to use the football, I believe, but now gets the hit. Let's see if any rebound stuns are gonna happen. Sia's gonna use the bees to get that speed boost, and now he's gonna go for the stun, and now Sia has to try to transition.
Yeah, but I don't know if it actually matters. We're going to see Entomologist try to use the bees. Probably going to use them at the pallet. Nope, just going to keep looping around. Needs to use the bees as soon as possible here. Doesn't use the bees again, and it's just going to go down.
Hits him right away, and now the bees are actually going to be a non-factor at this point. So Entomologist, no items. Forward has to be very careful since he's already hit. That's the first Tide Turner that has been spent, and just like a Clerk, he is controlling that Cypher Rush. We're still stuck at 4 Cyphers with 1 Cypher that is close to being popped.
Yeah, we'll see the Entomologist going to use the heal for the forward here. Will we see a second rescue potentially? I don't know. Looks like Forward is going to pressure the rescue here, but I don't know. He's actually going to go to the Cypher Machine. Looks like it's actually going to be the Journalist that's going to come in for a save here. Journalist does have the little dude to work with here. Is going to go ahead and use it. He wants to make sure you hit the Journalist and not the little bro, because that way you can get a free hit. They're going to go for the body block here. Can he get the hit on the Entomologist? 2 swings and misses here. Third one does not able to get it just yet. Does finally get the hit onto the Entomologist here. and that is going to be the last chair for the Ento, and Forward is not in the vicinity to harass here. So yeah, very limited Cypher progress here for CH4, and this is where Clerk again can really sort of take control of this match.
Just incredible control on that hitbox, right? I mean, the misses were right, but like, they still stayed on that area. So again, Journalist had an amazing rescue, but at that point, Entomologist didn't have any items. He was technically kiting with nothing on him, and gets eliminated. So now seems like Sprinter has a foothold on this match. He's controlling the Cypher rush. He's monitoring how everything is going. We've been stuck at 4 Cyphers since I believe the 2-minute mark of this game, and now it's about to hit 4 minutes. So it's unfortunately slow, but this next kite has to matter, because Sprinter, if he gets this down immediately, it's going to be real tough.
Yeah, we are going to see, he's going to drop the little bro there to guard the pallet. Sprinter's going to trunk card into teleporting, go for the Psychologist here, and Psychologist actually runs away from the pallet. So that's going to be a free hit for Sprinter. Yeah, there's no pallet here as well. This is going to be a free hit for Sprinter. He's going to be able to get a window block recording as well. So yeah, this is a really good play from him. And looks like going to check the Cypher machine, but nobody is there. They are down to their last 2 Cyphers, but it's a Clerk, so it's going to be very difficult to actually finish these Cyphers.
Yeah, so let's see how long Sesame has in him. He's doing the recordings. Nice block, and through the window, he's going to get that hit. Sprinter has his second down while he's monitoring all these Cyphers. Lower left side of the screen sees that the Journalist is on that timeout. Again, yeah, when the Cyphers are being recorded, you can't really touch it, so it seems like he's going to go for this rescue, unless Nato is also in the area, actually.
Yeah, it looks like Nato is. Looks like both survivors are here. Someone needs to decode. But yeah, with 2 Cypher machines remaining, I don't really see how they can finish these against a Clerk here. It looks like we're going to see Nato trying to bait out a recording here. Potentially a free rescue. Is able to get the save off. Can they body block a hit here? Sprinter's really just trying to swing through the body block, and does get the hit onto the Psychologist, which means there is not going to be a rescue here. Forward is in the area to support. Sprinter's going to go for an extra hit. Nope, he's going to go back for the Forward. He's going to pick up a swing recording, try to push the Forward away here. And it works, and Nacho's unable to get the stun off, so excellent job there to push the Forward off of that harassment. We're going to see the Survivor try to push the other Cypher machine, but yeah, it doesn't actually matter. You can just keep recording them and slow down the Cypher progress.
True. It seems like the Survivors are living on a timer here. Psychologist is about to expire. Nato has to make a full commit here for that rescue, and I love how Sprinter is not sticking towards walls here, so now Nato might have to eat this hit to go for that rescue. And unfortunately, these Cyphers are hard stuck at 2, so Sprinter really controlling the objectives of this match. Gets a chair hit though.
Chair. But he does need to make sure he body blocks. This Forward's going to come and actually takes the hit on the stun, which is actually fine because you want to be able to body block a hit. So that ends up working out favorably here. But Sprinter's just going to go ahead and chase in this area. He's going to go for the light mind game trick. And Forward's still here, still about half a football to work with. Does have a window block recording here, so he's going to block the Psychologist. She's going to get down at the window. Now Sprinter needs to be wary of this Forward, though. He's going to record the middle Cypher.
Yeah, it
two
seems
Cyphers left.
Yeah, it's hard because I mean, this Journalist can only go so far, right? And he's gonna try to chase out Nato. Unfortunately, doesn't have enough football to gain enough distance. Stops right in his tracks and falls down. So double down situation. That last Cypher is being recorded, forcing the Journalist to actually move on away. Just blocking the window just in case, but this is the elimination chair of the Psychologist.
Yeah, Psychologist is dead on chair here, and with still 2 Cyphers up, it is definitely looking like a 4-kill position here. As long as he's able to record those Cypher machines, he's gonna. I wonder if he saw the. Oh, he actually did not see the Journalist. Okay, but he does see the Cypher machine moving, so he's gonna go to the Journalist and does now see the Journalist decoding here. So Forward, I think, still has self heal, which he's gonna go ahead and use right now. And but yeah, I think it should be fine for Sprinter. As soon as the Forward decodes, he can just block it off here, and Journalist will, I guess, just cut as long as possible.
Yeah, 93.3 still has some photographs to work with. I'm not sure if that was recorded, but
I don't think it was.
Yeah, 933 is gonna try to prolong this kite while this Forward tries to pop that Cypher, but gets put on timeout once again at 95%. Eli.
Journalist actually has 2 pallet camps, but she's not. Okay, she is going to use one now and does use it for a body block. So excellent job from the Journalist. And they do make it to 1 Cypher machine, but Journalist needs to make sure they leave this Cypher. That's really the important thing here.
Let's see if the transition is going to happen here at the shore area. Again, he has one more pallet camp. It seems like he drops down the pallet just to cut off the tracks. And the little bro has already been used, so that's quite unfortunate. Journalist now is going to make her way towards the big boat area. Well, hopefully the forward is going to try to make haste and try and pop this cipher.
Absolutely. We see 933 just trying to stay alive as long as possible.
Oh.
Doing a pretty good job, though. This is the longest kite we've seen thus far. And again, this is the power of this 933 player. We talked about how strong they are. They are. Oh, misses the swing.
That was crazy.
If sprints are actually regular swung, he would have got that, but he went for a charge attack instead, and that's going to keep the kite alive even longer here. Nato is able to even potentially get a heal off. He's got his heal primed and ready. He's going to go to that last cipher machine now, I believe. Oh, but does get stuck on the stairs there. So finally is able to get this player down, but Nato is able to get the heal off here. And,
yeah, 933 had I mean, that was a crazy kite that he was able to do, like 2 loops around the big boat. So yeah, just a little unfortunate that Sprinter did that long charged up hit, but it still worked out in the end. Like you said, forward is all healed up. He still has some football to work with, so Journalist might have to spend the heal here. But this is where is really tough, Eli. They're only worked on the last cipher. They have to open up a new one, but it's not even touched. One's at 76, and that's constantly being monitored by Sprinter.
Well, they can just... Oh, it looks like they actually are going to open it. I was going to say they could just continue on with that one cipher. Tries the flywheel, but misses the hit there, or misses the flywheel there, and that means that this is going to be one more hit before Nato goes down. Still has some football to work with. Spencer does know that forward is not a borrowed time as well, just because he is flywheel, and I think he was tight turner earlier on. He's going to block the window forward. Needs to use the last bit of football here. But
tried to
loop
loop around.
game at this window.
Oh, this is tough. There's no T that's separating them. So Nato is going to vault the window. It's going to get blocked, and now the down happens. So Journalist is the last remaining survivor that's up. Already used up the self-heal. So tried to open up a new cipher. You got to give it up to CH4 with that fighting attitude. But it seems like, yeah, Sprinter's Clerk, even though the matchup, we thought it was geared towards a Dream Witch. He still made it work with a Clerk, and he's still going to get that potential 4K here.
It looks like we're going to see... He's just going to take down these pallets. You have to be careful. You don't want to let the Journalists heal the forward, because if they do manage to get up and continue with this game, they could potentially pop the Cypher Machine. Journalist does have a syringe as well, so that is definitely the optimal item here to try to potentially get a heal off. But Spencer already just trying to pick up Tinnitus. Once he picks up Tinnitus, he should be okay to find that Journalist. But Journalist, yeah, doing a pretty good job of avoiding line of sight thus far.
Yeah, doing 933. Hasn't used the syringe as much just yet. So really just sticking to the corners here, making Sprints really work for this 5 points, right? Just giving us a tour of the island here, tour of the lakeside village. And it seems like, yeah, Journalist is going to try to heal herself up. Uh-oh.
Looks like, does he see Journalist hiding here? I think he's going to check this out here. Yeah. Does find the Journalist hiding, and 4 does not have self-heal anymore, so that it's going to be a 4 survivor elimination here, and that's another in the shack area. Absolutely the correct play as a Clerk player. Pretty decent position, even though B4U can choose map. I think CH4's position is still pretty good.
Problems, but these are going to be a little tough. And oh, my bad. It's actually... All right, folks, no time to waste here when it comes to decoding and prolonging the chase here, because it is the Hermit. He will be slowing things down. We've seen how slow and how calculated Ling has been in these past few matches, right? Really just making sure he knows where everyone is at, making sure that, you know what, they spend their resources. But with a Seer in this mix that could just keep renewing his owl, they're gonna have to be very precious with their resources. So it seems like Roland is gonna be the first lock-in of a target here, and let's see if Ling's gonna fully commit to this chase.
Yeah, so we've seen Ling do this before, where he goes and chases the rescuer first. Roland's going to go ahead and just drops the pallet and runs away. I feel like he could have just continued along with the kite there and try to gain distance, but is going to use this pallet. Just going to try to make as much distance as possible. Ling does have slow pallet breaking speed, so I think this is probably Insolence Detention. Ling is going to go ahead and maybe teleport. Oh, he actually does catch sight of Schmitty the Seer here, so Schmitty's going to go ahead, try to rotate towards this big boat area. Oh, nice shock from Ling to slow down Schmitty here, but it's not going to be long enough. Schmitty can, of course, get to this window. He's going to go ahead and take this vault. Does have broken windows as well to work with. I'm interested to see if Ling will continue the big boat chase. This is a risky place to chase just because it's such a strong kiting area. Does have another charge to work with. Is going to use the charge. Schmitty was not able to utilize the owl before the shock. And I think Ling's going to teleport right now.
Seems like he's considering it, looking at the different ciphers, and he will go for that teleport. And note that Mercenary has already expended one elbow pad. He's going to dunk down and see Paul Blems. Paul is going to be able to injure, and he's going to be able to just get him out of that shock state. So let's see if he's going to continue on here harassing this Hermit, while Paul Blems has to be very careful.
Oh, Ling could have used a shock there, and it actually... Oh, no, I guess he would have still been stunned. Does get this before Paul gets the pallet down, but does have the Seer Owl to absorb the hit. That is a very crucial Seer Owl at this point to extend this kite even longer here. Ling's going to go ahead and change the ciphers yet again. The good thing for B4U is they're not giving away too many hits. That's sort of the goal that we talked about, is you don't want to give too many hits as a Hermit here, or against a Hermit. And that's exactly what they're doing, is they're minimizing the amount of hits here. Paul needs to dodge the shot, but he does get the connection there and the hit onto the Antiquarian.
Yeah, this is a little scary now that you said that they are avoiding hits, but you know what? The injuries are racking up slowly but steadily. And you know what? The ciphers are still connected. So reaching the 3-minute mark of the game, while Paul Blems is still doing his best to try and kite for as long as he can. He's going to try to go for a shock here, but nice avoidance here. Again, the level change is actually huge. Yeah,
that's actually a really big miss there. And this is why you see the mini-map being considered a strong kiting area. And yeah, Paul Blems is utilizing it exactly how you're supposed to in this situation. Ling also not going to go ahead and break the place and use the teleport. Is able to avoid the teleport as well. Continue to make distance. Ling does not have full presence just yet, which means that he cannot go for any double charge until he's at the full presence mark. And with that slow pallet breaking speed, he can make even more distance here. And there's already a lot of cipher progress from the survivors.
Yeah, Paul Blems, potential MVP here, and Green performed well, but he's actually kind of outdoing Paul. But now this is actually his hit will connect. Antiquarian doesn't have much bamboo stick left to work with, and now he's just gonna just injure and then move on to the next target, and it is gonna be Schmitty. Has no owl to work with. He's gonna eat this next hit. Seer has already injured the cheerleader as well.
The problem is, like, even though Link's taking a long time to get it down, look at how many injuries are on the board right now. Like, if Link gets this down here, they have to stop the heal before they continue any cyber progress at this point. Ling is able to secure the down onto Schmitty, it looks like. And now the survivors do finally stop to heal up here. So that is pretty good for them. But yeah, they're already down to their last 2 ciphers, so they do definitely have good progress.
Yeah, one's at 92, one's 66, one's at 73. This is the first chair that we are seeing on the Seer side, and the first chair we're seeing entirely. So maybe they'll be able to push for the end game, and the end game is also opens up a whole can of worms because he can connect the two exit gates. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. But like you called out, we are gonna get some heals on the board, and this provides Ling enough time to kind of recuperate and readjust his game plan. It seems like Roland is out in the mix.
Yeah, so Ling knows that they were healing, and Roland had wanted order, so he technically knows where every survivor is, and he's actually able to get a free hit onto Roland here. He needs to get back to that chair, though. The rescue, of course, was after half. He's going to use one teleport there. Does he have another one? No, it's on an 8-second cooldown. We're going to see My Leg is able to make it in for the rescue after half, though. Last 2 Cypher Machines almost ready here, so he needs to get this down onto Schmitty as quickly as possible if he wants a chance at potentially tying or winning this match.
Okay, we're going to see a body block potentially happen. He's going to be able to get it. Schmitty picks up a blue charge to share with the Antiquarian, and now he's going to try to go for a dunk here. Let's see, he changes to red to attract Schmitty.
Can he get the body block? Misses there. Oh no, he gets the hit, but it was shared damage. Yeah,
with
the last cipher is almost ready here, 90%, almost.
He needs one more shock to get that absorb. It seems like he's going to be able to get it.
Also, Schmitty didn't get an owl during that time. I feel like all that time he would have been able to farm an owl, but I guess he wasn't able to look behind him enough there, unfortunately. So that's going to cost Schmitty a little bit here. And Link does have teleport, so the Cypher's not yet ready. This is where Hermit can get a little scary, because unless your Cypher Machine's ready, he's going to teleport here. Does he see Roland is the question. That's going to be super huge. If he sees where Roland is. If he doesn't, then B4U is in an okay position. But he sees Roland. Roland's going to use the elbow pad. He needs to dodge the teleport shock here.
Yeah, he does, and that's the thing. Yeah, this is the same spot he had such a hard time and able to actually get Roland, and now gets the hit. Mercenary is down. This is the closest Cypher.
It's on the last Cypher machine here as well. Ling needs to disconnect this last Cypher, though. He doesn't want them to be able to to
push
pop
it.
it from. Oh, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. So he's gonna disconnect.
Yeah, he has to. So now it's gonna be tough. Mercenary is on the chair here. We're looking at the last cipher at 92%. They might have to go for some heals. He's trying to see if he can connect any more ciphers. I don't think he can because these are the last 3 ciphers. They're going to be able to push it.
Leg needs to decode. I'm not actually sure what he's doing. He's just staying away from the cipher machine here. Okay, now he's going to go ahead and go to the cipher. Ling should connect the 66 and 37 cipher. That way it's going to take Leg a lot longer to prime the last cipher machine here. He may be saving. He needs to make sure he also doesn't give a free save to the Antiquarian as well. That's very important.
Let's see if that's going to happen. Paul just being very careful, waiting for the prime to potentially happen.
Ling needs to connect these ciphers.
Yeah, there we go. Is he gonna? There you go.
Yep.
So this is going to take a lot more time, and the mercenary might actually expire in that time. He's just going to play this one kind of safe. He knows that someone's feeding him tinnitus, but it seems like Paul Blem's actually staying at the corner area, and Eli teleport's going to be ready for him.
It is going to be ready. The risk of teleporting is that means Paul can find this other cipher machine. So Ling has 2 options. He can teleport to that cipher, or he can try to find problems first and then save his teleport for teleporting to the exit gate later. It looks like he's really looking for the Antiquarian. Does he teleport, or is he just going to hold it? He's really... he's considering it.
Yeah, he is.
But
he's
I
constantly
think he's
looking.
Also maybe really wants to hold this for endgame as well.
Sometimes tinnitus could actually be your bane, right? It's not actually helping you. But now it seems like all ciphers are actually primed, and Ling still has not found Paul Blem's hide and seek champ here. Paul Blem's, they're just gonna pop it.
Yeah, he's gonna connect the gates in a moment here. I think once his connection is ready, which is now, and still trying to find Paul basically the wrong way here. And yeah, I think Ling's best bet was to teleport to the cipher machine, but he didn't go for that, it looks like.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate here that he can't lose sight of what's at stake here. If one survivor escapes, that means B4U wins this round number 2.
Now,
and
sorry, I just want to point out, this is really important. So Ling will know when Paul touches the gate because he'll get a charge. So Ling's going to know when the Antiquarian hits the gate. So as long as the Antiquarian doesn't have a charge, Ling knows that he's safe to chase this survivor. He also knows the Antiquarian will take a ridiculously long time to open the gate. Because Antiquarian with a 30% decrease plus the gates being connected is going to take a really long time.
Well,
and now he knows that Paul has touched the gate, but he also knows that it's not going to be open for a while.
Yep. So wow, good breakdown there, Eli. So now it seems like he is still in the lead here in terms of control of this match, and that is going to be the hit. And also he's able to disarm him. Gets the
This is a huge shock. This is a huge shock. He does get it, so he can down him. He needs to get back to the cheerleader before cheerleader gets up. So he needs to chair here, then head back to the cheerleader. Cheerleader is not gonna be able to get the gate open. It's just a matter of time. If the cheerleader can hide away from the hunter long enough.
True. And it seems like he's gonna try to find a chair that's close enough. We still have. Oh no, he's gonna drop it. Okay, so yeah, just gonna make sure that he's gonna go for a bleed out strategy, and it's also still connected. So, and like you said, Antiquarian doesn't have the easiest time opening up the gate, so he's really just has Leg to worry about.
Did he see the cheerleader in the distance? Sometimes the buildings will load in slow over near this big boat area, and you can see the survivor actually. I'm interested to see if Ling did see or not. I think he might have seen him, Potch, because there he goes, teleports right on top of him. And that is, that's actually not a lot of people will consider that a mistake in the game, but that's actually a huge part, it's a huge factor in the game here. Now, Ling did miss that shock, so he's able to kite a little bit longer here. The biggest question is, here's the game plan for Ling. He needs to down this survivor, which won't have self-heal, and then he needs to wait for Paul to hit the gate and then teleport on that gate. And he knows when he will know when Paul hits the gate as well.
Wow, what a shock here. Able to stop him in his tracks, and Leg has fallen down, already used up the self-heal. So we're going to switch on over to see if Leg's actually crawling all the way to the gate here. He doesn't want to give it away just yet. But, you know what, Ling, he's going to try to use the orb just so he can close out that distance and just goes for the pickup, and it's going to be GG's from there.
I mean, if Ling pulls this off, this is crazy, right? Like, considering the position. And that's it. They surrender. I guess they
was chased. Just a little unfortunate there, and you already doubled down on.
It's been all hunters these games so far. And I think B4U is going to spawn over here, though. This could potentially push the cheerleader into the Seer Cipher machine, maybe slow down decoding that way. All right, looks like he's going to go straight towards middle, already looking for the location of the cheerleader, but cheerleader has located to that hotel area, which is considered the strongest kiting area on this map. Still has her abilities to work with as well. Gonna go ahead and drop down. And you gotta be careful that you don't walk into the hunter on this one, which he did a little bit there.
Yeah.
But still has her speed boost to work with, so we will probably see one of those get utilized here to make it to this next pallet. Gonna use the second one as well. And Spencer's actually gonna change targets to the Seer here, who is kind of in the open a little bit. You gotta make sure you break your line of sight as much as possible if you're the Seer.
Yeah, in this open area, you got to be very careful to turn those corners because it's pretty much free game for him to actually put his wax on you. So now it seems like Sia is going to have to actually make this rotation.
Oh, he's going to use the owl there. But it's actually at 96. So I would have liked to see the Seer potentially maybe be a little bit more patient there, but it looks like Sprinter is going to be able to get the freeze here and the first hit onto the Seer. Seer actually is going to not take the pallet boost. Could have taken the pallet boost and made a lot of distance there, but instead is actually just going to run this route instead. He's also going to get the Cypher, the pallet blocked off as well here, and is going to go down to this wax bomb. So a pretty fast down onto the Seer, and also a risky Cypher machine to be decoded. I feel like the Seer maybe should have rotated a little bit early there. So that's going to be another fast down into Xia here, and also. Okay, so Lawyer already is about to finish a Cypher machine, which is pretty strong considering that Lawyer's decoding goes up to 20% once they finish Cyphers. And they have decent progress. It's just that the Cypher pressure from the Waxers can also be pretty strong as well.
True. It seems like they might go for a sacrifice. I don't see anyone actually making a rotation to make this save. They just seem to be focused on actually just finishing objectives, especially that one in the hotel side, just so that can be used as a kiting route. It seems like they're working on their fourth Cypher, and Cheerleader actually sneaking on away. So Knight 3-3 might go for a full blood rescue while everyone else makes a rotation here. 3 Cyphers remaining, and Sprinter overextending himself to this fountain area.
Yeah, Sprinter needs to be careful that he doesn't go too far out here. He's gonna wax off this Cypher as well. Does Cheerleader make this with a dash potentially? I don't know. Looks like no, just gonna feed Tinnitus here, not go for the rescue. And so they're not gonna give presence to go up to full presence here. Spencer does have Tinnitus, so he knows that a survivor is in the area, but is just gonna wax off the Cypher and continue away here.
Okay, so it seems like yeah, just playing it really conservatively. So like you pointed out, Eli, potentially just wanting to just go for that tie. Sprinter is holding on to that teleport, waiting for someone to actually touch a Cypher, but everyone's actually scrambled out. So just formulating a game plan to how to counteract this this Wax Artist. And it seems like Sprinter still holding on to that Tinnitus, and Knight 3-3 is going to try to push a Cypher.
Yeah, I think Sprinter wants to try to find the Lawyer, obviously, because that's the fastest decoder here. But it looks like Sprinter... I mean, great job from CH4 not to give away the sight of the Lawyer here. That's like the key, is if the Lawyer can stay hidden. I think he might find the Lawyer now.
Oh, yeah.
So he's able to teleport on the Lawyer, yeah.
A little unfortunate there, but I mean, you can only hold on for so long, and that was actually a great job. He's going to drop down a pallet here. Again, he's already been waxed off, so Lawyer at least can use this. Well, the thing is, they didn't even pop the Cypher here at the hotel area, so that's going to be a little tough for them.
Yeah, and he's also kiting near 2 Cypher machines as well, so this is really not ideal. Lawyer is able to get to this pallet here. Spencer's gonna... Oh, yeah, you can't go that way as a survivor, because as soon as you throw that pallet down, they just block that off, and you are trapped up here, and Lawyer is gonna go down to this play. Lawyer needed to drop down on the side of the building there instead. Yeah.
Yeah, a little unfortunate misplay there by Yasu, and Sprinter is going to capitalize on that. The trade-off is that they're able to pop a Cypher in that process. So now 2 Cyphers remaining, 2 survivors remaining, 2 healthy survivors. So let's see what the play here is. Knight 3-3 is feeding that Tinnitus. Nato is priming that fourth Cypher.
Oh, and that actually is going to reveal the location of the survivor as well here, it looks like. I think what needed to happen is I think the survivor should have gone for 1 rescue. I think Cheerleader should have rescued once onto the Seer, and at least given... I guess it would lead to full presence though, so maybe it isn't worth it. I'm not really sure, but yeah, the problem is now that you do have full presence to work with, and they don't have the last Cypher machine ready just yet. And this Cypher right here that's 58, that's the Cypher that you want to finish. And maybe they just don't rescue at all here, and they just go for 1 survivor escape.
Possibly. That's actually kind of a bold play here, but I think that's what it's for what it's worth. That's what the cards have been dealt, so they have to play this hand. Lawyer is going to expire. 933 can actually try to push for that cipher that is at the hotel area and outside the hotel area. Well, Nato, I mean, he can provide distance with his cricket bat, so that's something that Sprinter has to be careful of.
This is why CH4 kind of needed a rescuer, and they did not bring a rescuer, right? And so that's the problem with not bringing a rescuer. Sprinter, I think, absolutely should teleport to the last cipher machine here. He's gonna wax it and he's gonna teleport. So yep, there's the
Whoa!
Teleport.
That was huge.
That is huge. That means the cipher machine can not probably get very, very close.
Oh man.
And
Knight doesn't want to risk it, but
yeah, I think that's not a play that Sprinter. Usually, you as a hunter, you acknowledge the batter can do that. You kind of want to get behind a wall or something. I think Sprinter kind of just slipped his mind, and that's not something you ever see from Sprinter as a mistake like that, but. Maybe this could be a small opening for CH4. We'll have to see.
True, because that was game-changing, I have to say, because it was going to be GG's if he's able to catch 933 kiting there. So now it seems like he's just going to kind of sit on this cipher. He does have a line of sight with that 35% cipher. So Nato just being very careful, priming the cipher. But yeah, it's just a constant back and forth. He's just going to keep trying to push it percentage for percentage, and then yeah, just keep going back and forth at this point.
Yeah, you have to be careful also about using the upstairs pallet, which he does not do. He's going to run the other way because, you know, we saw that play where you get it blocked off. That could be really obviously not ideal for the survivors. Spencer's just gonna, I guess we're just gonna do this forever.
It's a feedback loop, man. I'm just gonna keep going. See, I think it's like a game of chicken at this point. Who's gonna be go overextend? 933 is gonna get caught though.
Yeah, does get caught here. Does have the speed boost to use, so he's gonna go ahead and use one there. But if Spencer does commit here, it means that Nato can push the other cipher here. 50%. Nato needs to decode. He kind of just stopped for a second. I'm not sure why. Maybe he thought it was gonna be a teleport, but all right, back to the decoding here. It looks like 933 needs to be very careful they don't give the 100% wax into an instant down play. They need to at least they're gonna get trapped here. There's the hot wax. Can they get the balls off in time?
There we go.
That is huge. Nato's going to continue to decode the cipher machine. Sprinter needs to teleport if he wants to stop it here. Nato needs to stop decoding, Nato needs to stop decoding.
Yeah,
he does that. He's going to give them an opportunity to get the down. And I think Nato stopping the decoding might have been the mistake that's going to cost CH4 here, as now Sprinter can teleport to that cipher machine. No, he's going to go for the chair instead.
Oh, that was actually unfortunate. Yeah, the start-stop decoding, I know you gotta respect the teleport, but at that point, 933's kiting was done, and it's gonna fall in vain. So now
you don't need to respect the teleport because you can let him teleport, and then that means you can pop the other cipher machine. So it's just gonna allow him to struggle free. I don't know what the idea of this is.
Yeah, there were so much chairs actually used there, and now
it's such a game.
yeah, batter was off the cipher, so now there's no primed cipher at 933. Can he use his cheer to move on? But no, he's gonna fall down here. Oh, he's waiting for the pop to happen. Okay, so he's gonna get the pickup, but now, yeah, it just seems like that was that last 30 seconds was quite interesting, Eli.
Also, 933 had a dash there. They could have used it and to keep himself alive long enough for the cipher machine to be primed. Okay, so Nato needs to go for this rescue before the hot wax is back online.
Yep. Oh,
okay, so
man.
He's gonna
destroy the ball, and now Nato is going to be able to get this rescue. He just goes for it right away.
Yes,
and able to get
but Spencer can wax the cipher. That's the problem.
Yeah, and it's at 98%, so this is going to be real tough. Nato cannot kite anymore in this area, and now this could be the checkmate scenario that Sprinter is looking for.
Oh, he switched to hot wax a little bit early there.
He's at 96. Let's see if Nato get the hot wax, goes for the regular hit, and that's going to be GG's, folks.
Yeah, well, not just yet. I think these survivors still self-heal, right? The cipher machine is primed. So
yeah, he lost the cheerleader. My bad.
So it's not over just yet necessarily, but basically what Sprinter's gonna do is he's gonna try to chair cheerleader. The thing is, as soon as Nato pops his so cheerleader's up. So what needs to happen here is Nato needs to crawl to the cipher and then jump up and pop it right away, because Sprinter's gonna teleport as soon as he sees Nato waste his self heal, right? That's too early. That was too early.
Yeah, and then just goes for it right away. And
Nato needed to crawl to the cipher machine and then jump up and pop it right away here.
True. Again, Sprinter just having eyes at the back of his head. creates the separation there. This last Cypher at 92% isn't going to be primed in time here. And Nato eating so much wax. He's going to go for the hot wax here. He's just going to pop it right away.
He's gonna pop it. Yeah, that's unfortunately a mistake from CH4. They needed to wait for the hot wax to hit first. And so another mistake here from the CH4 survivors here, and this is such a back and forth game. Cheerleader needs to stay behind Hotel.
Yeah.
But she's not going to do that. She's going to go run away. I think Cheerleader needs to stay behind Hotel. You wait for Spencer to either leave and then you save, or you wait for the survivor to expire and then get dungeon. But
yeah. No. Dungeon's at the tunnel, ladies and gentlemen. Cheerleader not touching the gate just yet. He's going to try to hide this one out. Batter is still in his first chair, so 933 is gonna have a hard time just buying enough time for just a one-person escape. So we're just gonna see, because Sprinter, he patrols around the area and he's possibly gonna catch him. Oh, he sees him right away. So this is where the end game is gonna be inevitable for 933.
Yeah, and that should be the 4 survivor elimination here, as long as he's able to get the wax to freeze the cheerleader. Does freeze the cheerleader. There's the detention hit, and that will be the 4 survivor elimination. What a oh man, what a weird
scrambling.
Yeah, an uncharacteristic mistake from 933 there at the end to miss out on that. Obviously, the Opera Singer and the Hermit get banned here, so Ling's gonna have to play some sort of 4-kill hunter. Gamekeeper's map pressure is really bad, so it's really hard to actually win as Gamekeeper. So I don't know.
Once again, we are your casters for this potentially last match with CH4 and B4U. That's ELIO. I'm Potch Spice, and here we go.
All right, looks like he's gonna go for the nope. He's gonna leave the mercenary. Obviously, you're not gonna want to commit to that survivor. Does find Schmitty. Schmitty actually does not rotate very early, so unfortunately, this is gonna be a bit of a downside here. He's gonna use one of those hooks to get closer. He has one more hook to work with here, and Schmitty is gonna go ahead and use that bomb. Link's going to use that hook just to pull himself a little bit closer here, and it's going to go onto the cooldown. And let's see what trait Ling has. He's going to go ahead and put a trap down right away here. Does Ling have... Is that Blink? It must be Blink. But
it looks a little... Yeah, I think it is Blink. So we're going to see him destroy this pallet here, and the Blink is going to be off cooldown already. Oh, no, it's Teleport. So teleport. Gamekeeper. So... just an option to just change up his targets, and it seems like he will be going after Paul Blems now.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and hook himself closer to the survivor. Paul needs to dodge this hook as best of his ability, and Ling's going to go for the... Gets the hook! A really long hook onto Paul Blems here, and Ling really needed that. I feel like if he missed that hook, I think it would have probably... Any chance for a 4-kill would have been out the window, but getting that hook there, very important for Ling at this point in time. And now Paul is trapped. He goes into the trap!
Literally trapped.
Literally trapped here.
Oh my goodness.
And Ling also has teleport, so he's able to teleport to the coffin at any point. He's also able to chair onto Roland Cypher Machine. And wow, what a setup from Ling here.
This is incredible. It's already 1 minute 38 seconds into the game, and they have yet to pop a Cypher. So Ling, he's deciding if he's going to go for Roland or not. Again, he has that teleport to work with, and Balmer choosing to stick early. Wow. Okay, this is so dangerous. He's going to slow him down, gets the hit early on, and the rescue does happen.
And Roland needs to make sure he does not give the double hit, so he's going to go ahead and leave here, just trying to get away from the Cypher Machine. Paul will try to cut as long as possible, going for the charge attack. I don't think... Whoa! He walks to the paladin and gets the hit. I did not actually expect that, but...
Ling full of surprises at this one.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah.
So he's already at full presence.
Full presence. He's going to chair the survivor here, and he does have teleport, but I think they might have actually popped the Cypher Machine close to where the coffin is. So Ling can teleport. He can teleport a bit close, but maybe not too close. He's going to go ahead, teleport close to leg here. This will slow down his Cypher progress a little bit. But yeah, the coffin does have some distance here.
So incredible showing so far on the survivor side, just playing it very conservatively. So that coffin already paying for itself. Paul Blem's already going to the strongest kiting part of this map into that hotel area. Ling's still having a hard time finding and spotting where Paul Blems has rotated to. And it seems like he's gonna rotate back, but Paul Blem's already on the second floor of the hotel.
He's also gonna go for the psychologist heal here. Does Ling see where the heal is happening? Looks like no, he's not able to see it. Psychologist able to get the heal off as well here, and Ling's actually gonna have to change targets to the acrobat. It looks like Schmitty's gonna go ahead and go for the bomb here. Oh, I think Ling could have gotten that hook, but it looks like he didn't go for it there. Going to go for the hook onto Schmitty. Gets the hook onto the acrobat here, and the chip damage as well. So really nice hook there from Ling. And yeah, this is why I really loved a character like Embalmer, and I feel like a lot of these teams should potentially be utilizing a little bit more. He's going to change to Mercenary, which is interesting.
Yeah,
Mercenary's
so
going to... Oh, and waste the hook there as well.
I was gonna say that, yeah, Ling going with that playstyle of just injuring a lot of the survivors, but unfortunately with a hunter like Gamekeeper, his map presence isn't as terrifying, because he spreads out damage, but everyone's just out rotating him. And now Roland using last of his elbow pads to actually gain some distance, unable to get anything there. Yeah,
another missed hook. That's gonna be a big play there. Goes for the mind game at the pallet here. Roland's gonna go ahead and run through the pallet. Gonna go ahead and drop this down, just trying to stay alive as long as possible. He can get the hook down right here onto the Mercenary. I think he doesn't even have time to chair. If anything, he needs to teleport away quickly. He's going to teleport to Problems, which is the Embalmer, so that is the survivor that's dead on chair, but the survivors at this point should have enough ciphers to finish out this game.
True, and then just setting a trap there for Paul Blems to actually rotate away from these pallets. And this L pallet is not doing anyone any favors. Paul Blems, unfortunately, unable to fall to that. Nice flywheel just to continue on this chase, and Ling able to get the hit, but the pallet has been dropped already, and the last cipher is already at 90%.
Yeah, Schmitty's gonna not try to pop it. Schmitty actually could have easily pushed that cipher. Link didn't have any hooks available, so I think Schmitty could have actually popped that cipher machine. Schmitty also has a coffin, so if he went down, it would have been perfectly fine. So I definitely think that Schmitty should have just gone for the pop there, but looks like they're gonna slow it down even more and just go for a new cipher machine here, which is also okay. Link did not have time to set up a new trap here, unfortunately.
Able to get him right before he falls down, but like you pointed out, Acrobat does have a coffin to work with. That last cipher is also being camped like crazy with those traps, but they are working on another cipher at 69% as we speak, about to be 70. So again, great stuff on the survivor side. It seems like they are ready to just get a one-person escape at the very least. So Ling has the double time here to try and get another survivor down.
Oh my god, he gets him through the barricade there. Really nice hook from Ling. I didn't even know that was possible, but Leg is forced to remove the traps here before continuing to decode. And I think he's gonna be able to pop it just in time here, and they are gonna go for the end game. 4 survivors up in the end game here, and keep in mind Ling will have to essentially eliminate all 4, which as Gamekeeper is probably not possible. But yeah, gonna go ahead and try his best here. Gonna go look for Schmitty here, who's at the exit gate. Survivors need to make sure they split the gates here. They need to not do all the... Oh, Schmitty gets hooked from a distance here. Oh, you really have to look behind you when you kite there to dodge the hook. Unfortunately, Schmitty wasn't able to do that. He's gonna teleport onto Roland here, walk straight through the pallet, and Roland's gonna get downed as well. So Ling actually doing pretty good here, but
setting up a trap. He's gonna try to slug everyone again. The map is huge, so he's gonna need to like use these hooks just to gain distance back towards the gate here. So the game isn't over just yet. We still have 70 seconds onto detention here. And yeah, Acrobat already used up the self-heal. Paul Blems is trying to make his way towards the exit area. So it seems like he still hasn't found anyone just yet. This allows B4U to actually prime prime those gates.
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and hook closer to the gate. Leg's not gonna get it open in time. And he gets the hit before the pallet drop
99, dude.
It is 99, but I think the survivors can just go ahead and do the other exit gate here. And Ling does not have teleport. He's trying his best in this situation, but unfortunately, I think it's going to be a little bit short. He's going to go ahead and head to the other exit gate, but 80, 90%, and that's going to be it. They just need one survivor out the gate here. Just one survivor leave.
GG's,
any survivor.
Guys. There we go. Embalmer and Mercenary. That's Roland and Paul Blems already make their great escape here. And let's see if we can get any more survivors eliminated here. They are trapped over there at the exit gate. It's already at 99%. They're gonna 4-person escape. It's gonna be GG's, guys. B4U are gonna be your winners for today, and they're gonna join Team Omni in representing the NAEU region.
Absolutely great job from this team, and such a close matchup too. There's always so much pressure when you're going back, and I mean, excellent job with Ling using those hooks to down the survivors, but ultimately that coffin setup.
This, I would say, qualifiers. Sprinter with the best deduction
here. Very, very good stuff here, and of course Sprinter with a well-deserved MVP.
The group stage of Call of the Abyss 7 are Team Omni and Team B4U, so do give them your love and support. and chant their names in the chat and wherever you guys are when you watch Call of the Abyss 7.